Hey guys, what's up? He is Threatening here, and today we're back with Pokemon X and Y Best Team Part 5. Now, the best teams here will be the team of last week's winner, Kyle Medulla, who was selected by me as the winner of last week's Pokemon Rally competition, and also a team that I've designed. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first up, we have Kyle's team. He commented 6 Pokemon in, and this is the first Pokemon on that list. His starter was Froakie, so he's leveled it up into a Greninja, a Water and Dark type Pokemon. That is a pretty badass choice. I mean, Greninja was my second choice during Pokemon Y, and Greninja is just a pretty cool Pokemon. It was also Kyle's choice, so congratulations to Kyle for winning, and this is showcasing his team. Greninja is fast, so he probably chose him as a Speed Slash type Pokemon, so that's a pretty good choice for any team if the rest of your Pokemon are a bit slower. Then his next Pokemon is Charizard. Definitely for decimating, I'd say. Charizard is also really fast. So a good attack on Charizard, I find, is moves like Inferno, because they also burn your opponent's Pokemon, and he can move pretty fast and Mega Evolve his Charizard into Mega Charizard X to cause even more damage to unprepared teams. Now, the third Pokemon on the list is Gardevoir. Now, I know I pronounced that really terribly in one of my other videos, but that's just because I watched an anime episode in which they pronounced it similar. So I got a bit confused there. But anyway, Gardevoir is the correct pronunciation, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, Gardevoir is a Psychic type that turns into a Psychic and Fairy type if you Mega Evolve it. It's also the signature Pokemon of the champion of the Kalos region, and it's a pretty devastating attacker. Its high special attack stat makes it in the higher leagues of any Pokemon choice, and it's a really, really good Pokemon. I recommend getting it, and Kyle got it, so we'll be continuing to feature the rest of his team. His next Pokemon is Toxicroak. Now, I remember Smogon University stating that Toxicroak is very well functioning on rain teams, so a good rain dance would really help it out, as well as some good poison-based moves, probably to set up some good poison moves, weaken all of his enemies for him, so it's a really good Pokemon. It's also on my top favorites list, as it just looks badass. It's also got those mega awesome claws, and I believe Toxicroak should be getting a Mega Evolution in Pokemon Z. Anyway, the next Pokemon on the list is Talonflame. And I'm not exactly sure why he had Charizard and Talonflame on the same team. I mean, they both have exactly the same typing, which is a little bit strange, considering they're both fire and flying types, and a rock type move could cause serious damage. But, well, we can ask Kyle that in the comments if you like, but I'm not going to as of now. And his final Pokemon on the team is his Gengar, which I believe is also a Mega Evolution Pokemon. Gengar is pretty good. He was really nice to watch how he decimates his opponents quickly in X and Y. He's also quite good in the sense of special attack and nice typing in Ghost and Poison. So now that's the end of Kyle's team. Leave comments on what you think. And now we're going to move on to the team that I designed for Pokemon X and Y Best Team Part 5. Now, those Pokemon are Chesnaught. Chesnaught is my favorite of the starters, being a grass and fighting type, and he's just pretty cool. I like Chesnaught because he has that kind of valiant sense of defense to him. So he's not like the other starters. For instance, a Charizard may attack its trainer in the anime, as it did to Ash several times, setting him on fire, but Chesnaught is more of a defensing Pokemon. He would defend his trainer to the last, and he could probably withstand a nuclear explosion with that huge shell on his back. Makes him kind of look like Blastoise crossed with, I'm not sure exactly, maybe Primeape or something, just looking at his hands there. Anyway, the second Pokemon on the team is Blastoise, the Pokemon we all know pretty damn well. Blastoise was a Generation 1 Pokemon and is selectable in X and Y. Blastoise is really, really, really strong, and he's a great rapid spin user for competitive play. But we're going to try and keep this mostly into the games for now, not the competitive side of things. But he has a Mega Evolution, and it just looks really cool. I mean, come on, triple arm cannons, that's That's the D-Bison of all Pokemon, if you know what I mean. Anyway, the third Pokemon on the list is Honchkrow. Now, I like Honchkrow personally, as he was one of Paul's Pokemon during Ash's Sinnoh quest, as well as the fact that Honchkrow is pretty cool. The big boss Pokemon really fits his name, as a sweeper even at times. Even one of my friends uses a Honchkrow, and he's built up a really strong moveset, and he even took out 3 of my Pokemon just with his Honchkrow ones, which was extremely shocking to me, really. Anyway, the fourth Pokemon on the team is Steelix. Steelix is one of my top Pokemon, and he just looks so cool. I mean, Steelix has been in my top list since he was announced for Gen 2, and he's just epically powerful. I mean, a Gyro Ball on this Steelix would kill pretty much anything, and he's only become more devastating in the next generation of Pokemon, as Fairy types are weak to Steel, so Steel-type Pokemon are coming into a stride, but it's a little bit sad that Rock-type Pokemon have fallen behind. So that's why I've chosen this epic Pokemon, Tyrantrum. My favorite of Gen 6 Pokemon, Tyrantrum is very, very powerful. With a attack stat of, I believe, 119, something like that. He's just really good. He's almost as strong attack stat as a Heracross, as well as Rock and Dragon typing. Just make him really, really good. Sadly, though, Rock types are weak to a lot of things, and Dragon gives coverage to many things as well, which gives him a pretty good niche in one of the best teams around. And the final Pokemon on this team, is Garchomp. Now, Garchomp is a great Pokemon, as another Sinnoh region Pokemon, as Sinnoh is my favorite region. Garchomp is a ground and dragon type, and I know he's a ground type like Steelix, but he has overall stats at 600, so we can let this one slide. Garchomp is really strong, really good, and Cynthia's prime Pokemon in Generation 4. Anyway, that concludes this episode of Pokemon X and Y. Now, for your chance to get on Pokemon X and Y Best Team Part 6, and 7 and 8, and all of the other ones, I'll be very happy to hear your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.